Whew. As you guys can see, you got the spin again, man. You know, past week's been pretty negative content. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's not something I necessarily like making, but I've been very open on this channel that I always want to talk about everything that interests me in the industry. And I love the gaming industry. I love Nintendo, PlayStation, and Xbox. I generally lean towards Xbox. So especially when they do something that I don't agree, I got to speak my opinion. I get a lot of, negative PlayStation people in the comment section below. You're free to comment, but just keep in mind, I'm going to be talking positive about Xbox just as much as I talk negative here recently, clearly. But anyway, one thing that I've been seeing a lot of rumors go on about is Xbox's next generation hardware. It's supposed to be in a variety of tiers. First tier, supposed to be a standard Xbox. Second tier, supposed to be a handheld dockable thing. And then they have like supposedly stuff going in like TVs, tablets, maybe even Tesla, stuff that you would put in other people's products. First off, let's talk about where I stand on multiple tiers, considering we're in not only this gen, but last gen they did the Xbox One and Xbox One X. And this gen they're doing the Xbox Series consoles, the Series S and X. I think if they're done right, you could easily make them do well. One of the biggest issues I see this gen is the Series S is it's a really capable console. On the grand scheme of things, I'm worried about how it's going to perform towards the end of the generation. Supposedly, things coming out 2026. I made a video about that not too long ago. And I'm just curious on, we got 2 years. I think the Series S is going to last those 2 years and probably perform relatively fine if they end in 2026. Now, if they go beyond that, I don't know. And if you end in 2026, you still have to worry about making cross-generation games. Are they going to just cut sooner rather than later? I speculated past that, might be more beneficial for them if they get games to cut sooner rather than later. Now, obviously, with us waiting for all the information in regards to what games are going to go what, are they going full-blown exclusive? Are they going to have some of their games go multi-plat? Or are they going to kind of do half and half? I don't know. Maybe certain AA's will go over there, but all, key components that would sell a console, maybe it will stay on their platform. I have videos on the matter. If you guys want my opinion on that, definitely go check that out. It's a couple of videos ago. But when it comes to the hardware, you guys know I'm not the biggest hardware fan. I got this and this. What's funny is people noticed that my Xbox was out. The reason it was out is because I was switching, because they're not both hooked up. They're only one of them's hooked up, and I switched back and forth depending what I'm playing right now. I'm played Rebirth on this, so that's why it was hooked up last night. It's still hooked up, but the Xbox is still here. I haven't sold it. Relax, guys. I'm still in the Xbox ecosystem. I like the Xbox Series X. I think it's a phenomenal hardware. I don't mind the Series S. I've never owned one myself. I don't mind it. It's just I don't want situations like that happen with Baldur's Gate 3 to happen next generation. Right now, let's go over the in specific rumors from one to the other. The hardware that's supposed to go under your TV is supposed to be strong. I don't know. I don't got specs. I could probably get specs, but we don't really need to go into that because that changes. And who really wants to talk about specs? We're talking about the concepts that they're going with hardware next generation. Supposed to be strong, obviously. Probably stronger than the Series X, most likely. And then what I'm hearing is there's going to be a dockable console. It's going to be like a Switch. PlayStation's also getting into this rumor that they're going to be making their own handheld. So what's looking like is they're going to have like a dockable thing like the Switch where you put it in and the dock itself boosts the actual console part, like the handheld part, and it's just as strong as the initial one. Now, I don't know if that ends up being true. That's definitely up in the air. These specs could be changing everly until they're actually finalized, and I don't think that they're finalized. Like, when it comes to this, I actually think this will work. Steam Deck and the Ally have shown that you can compete with the Switch as long as you have certain games and you have a good library. The Steam Deck and the Ally rely on other libraries, and I think having their own Switch-like console that actually boosts it when you dock it. Now, logistically, I don't know. I don't know how that's going to work. I'm not a hardware engineer. I don't know if it's possible to put a handheld in a dock and get similar strength that would come from a console that they also would have, which would be the one that's under your table. Now, as far as like the one that's in TVs and stuff, I'm kind of curious on that as well. You know, is that going to be cloud computer, or are they going to have a little hardware in there? Now, obviously, there's going to be some form of hardware in there because that wouldn't be part of the rumor if it is true. But to me, it's like, how much is going to be in there? Is it going to drastically rise the price of TVs? I'm curious on this. Like the controller input, how bad is the controller input going to be? Is it going to connect to the TV or the internet? Like these are steps that I'm kind of curious what's going to happen. Now, people are giving like speculation on whether or not they would show this next year. Next week showing, because right now I would say that Microsoft is worried that its audience doesn't believe there's another Xbox if they do go through with the no exclusive deal that we're hearing rumors about. So I'm kind of curious if they hear that. They're like, look, we got stuff we can show on the next generation of Xboxes. And if they are releasing in 2026, I wouldn't be surprised if they show it now. I don't think that's a good idea. I think they need to show games, not hardware, games. Because I feel like if you show hardware at this event, and I'm not saying it's going to be bad, but I'm just saying you would get so much better reception if you show games. Because even if you go through with the non-exclusive stuff and they go everywhere, at least you're showing us anticipating to playing on the Xbox hardware. I'm kind of curious how they work with that. You know, you guys get what I'm saying? Look, obviously there's a lot of stuff going on right now, and you guys have been showing up, supporting the videos. You've been liking them. You've been commenting on them. I appreciate it, guys. You know, I'm in here doing this, and I try, man. I try. I know people get upset when I cover, like, leaks and rumors and stuff like that. Here's my thing. I cover what I'm interested in. I cover what I think my community deserves to hear if they haven't heard it already. And I will cover stuff that makes sense to me. You know, covering all these leaks and rumors, even though some of them might not be true, I still think it's worth talking about with the community. That's all pretty much on that. Like, put in the comments below what you guys think about hardware. If you had a dockable dock that you could pick up and play on the go, and you could put that sucker right back down and it works flawlessly, just like your standard console, how would you guys do on that? Do you guys think that's a good idea? I actually think that's a phenomenal idea if the idea works the way it's supposed to. If the features work the way that we're hearing, and there's like no latency, nothing like that, and you know, obviously it would probably be more money than the standard Xbox. I don't know if it's the same length and the same power. So I'm kind of curious on that. Put in the comments below what you guys feel. You know, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. It's always appreciated. You could always sub to the channel. I do weekly content. And you can follow me on Twitter at LordAddictIOP. And also, I will be streaming Foam Stars today sometime on the Addict Arena. All that's in the description below. And I appreciate everyone for coming through. And until next time, this is Gaming Addict. I'm out of here. Peace. Oh, it's been a rough week, man. But we getting through it. Next week is coming close.